Welcome back to Ghost Powered Entertainment. I'm your host, Kanan Becker, and today we talk about the Lair of the White Worm.
There is a legend of an ancient evil.
Something's been found in Stone Rig Cavern.
A legend that no one would ever believe.
Legend has it that Stone Rig Cavern was the lair of the Lambton Worm.
Unless, of course, it came right up and bit him.
And real quick before we get started, if you could do me a favor and hit that like button, because that really has a huge impact on this channel, and I very much appreciate it. And with that, let's get into this review. So today's review comes by request from Giselle Bonilla, hope I said that right, and she just became a patron. Thank you very much for joining. And she requested this 1988 classic, The Lair of the White Worm. And I had never heard about this movie, so when she requested it, I was like, what? And she was like, but it's on Tubi. So I was like, cool. I don't have to spend any money to watch it. I'll check it out. So I did. But it is a British classic, and it does have somewhat of a following. And this movie was so much better than I expected. There is elements of creature feature, vampire, psychedelic stuff, just a lot of weirdness. When it starts, it does start a little slow, and it does feel like it's going to be one of those slow burn British horror movies, which it is a little bit, but only for a small portion of the beginning of this. Because once it gets going, it's not slow. It's got a lot of craziness, and it kind of just comes out of nowhere. Like you're watching this movie, it's kind of slow, not a lot happening, and then all of a sudden it's just like, yep, here we go. And you're like, whoa, okay, wasn't expecting that. And it ends up being a lot more fun than I expected. The only cast member in this movie that I recognized at all was Hugh Grant. And he's fantastic in this. Even as young as he is in this, he still has what we have come to love in Hugh Grant. Just that style, that kind of debonair confidence that he just has. He really carries a lot of this movie, but the other cast members are pretty damn awesome in this as well. The basic premise of this movie is this archaeology student is doing an excavation on the property of this bed and breakfast, and he discovers this weird skull that at first he thinks is a dinosaur, and then I don't want to give anything away, but basically it evolves into figuring out what it is. But then this movie just kind of goes bananas, and it goes in a lot of directions you're not going to expect. This movie feels in a lot of ways like a giallo movie, especially when it goes into these weird psychedelic dream states and when it goes into those crazy directions. It reminds me in a lot of ways of the psychedelic 1970s horror movies, because it does have a lot of that. Even though it is in the late 80s, it doesn't feel that way, at least through a lot of this. It does feel much more like a late 70s, early 80s movie. I was actually surprised to see that it was late 80s because it just doesn't really feel like that for most of the movie. But I think if you're someone who enjoys 1970s and 1980s horror movies, ones that are very body horror, crazy, psychedelic, tripping balls, dream state type of stuff, then I think you will definitely enjoy this movie. So to sum this up, I'm very surprised how much I actually did enjoy this movie. I do highly recommend it to you guys, especially because it's on Tubi, so it's like, what do you got to lose? So that's going to do it for me today. Once again, I want to give a big thank you to Giselle Bonilla because this was a great recommendation. And if you would like to have a movie reviewed, all you got to do is become a patron, because that is one of the joining gifts, so to speak, that you get if you're a $5 and up. Also, if you could do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and ding that little bell, because that is the best way to keep track of this channel and when I post videos like this, and I post videos like this at least 2 times every week. I want to give a big thank you to all my patrons, including Giselle, because your support means so much to me. And if you would like to find out more about becoming a patron and would like to get a movie reviewed, the link is down in the description. And like always, thank you so much for watching. Please crush that like button. And remember, guys, horror can be fun. I will see you guys next time.
A new movie of venom and vengeance. Ken Russell's The Lair of the White Worm.
I'm famished. Should we stop on the way for a bite?
Watch out for your asp.